I've called him far worse. So here's how it is for a man. When you're being abused and you're disabled, people don't care about you're disabled. They care that you're a man. That's all they see as a man. When you try to explain your disabilities, you're mansplaining. You just need to shut up. You victimize the victims, both male and female. I'm pissed off at a lot of people for good reason. Doesn't matter what Claire did to me. Well, it does. It does matter what she did to me. It's horrible, and it hurts. The other thing is, why am I forced to go to Claire? She's in a desperate survival situation herself. A lot of people have pointed that out and treated me completely like shit for it. Well, here's the thing. How long did it take for me to speak up? When my little sister disappeared. Shit, I drove all the way to Nebraska, goddammit. How long did it take to speak up when Sarah Rubiolo disappeared? Less than 10 minutes. How long did it take for me to speak up when Brittany Fry or Brittany Richmond disappeared? Less than 10 minutes. When Natalie Bollinger disappeared? Less than 10 minutes. When Shauna Sinclair's daughter disappeared? Less than 10 minutes. When Mandy Singer's son disappeared? Less than 10 minutes. My response time is fucking amazing. When Alicia Bollinger disappeared 3 times after Natalie's death. Not once, not twice, but 3 times. Took me less than 10 minutes. Less than 10 minutes to turn it in. Less than 10 minutes to make a post anyway. Turning it in would require doing so with you. The mentally ill tag is a powerful thing, folks. When my mom couldn't stay off the cocaine, she just called her kids mentally ill. All of us. Did you know that all 4 of my mom's kids have either been in jail or locked up elsewise for things that she did before they turned 18, or things that literally never happened? It's alright though. When you're a kid, they listen to the parents, not the kid. I bet you, after me pointing out to my mom that she went out there to get my money back, all the way in 1996, I think. It was probably 97. My mom went to go get my money back from a child molester named Doug Cowden, who was living in a trailer on the property. She came back in with coke boogers still hanging out of her nose, her hair fucked up, and her shirt buttoned up crooked. What did she do? Well, she made a deal with the devil is what she did. It didn't matter, though. If you can bully me into submission, that's what they always do. Bully me into submission. We'll do it your way. We'll do what you want. We'll always do what you want, huh? Even if you say you'll help me how I need, you don't. People need to look at what it's really like, instead of just stuffing your assumptions and your bias on us. Instead of always going for an easy fix. It's not an easy fix. You can't fix it if you don't know what the fuck is going on. If you have no idea what the problem is, because you're too busy talking, You can't help. You're not fixing anything. Only 127 harassing calls to me today. That's a lot less than I thought I was going to get. I exposed a lot of fucking people yesterday. Don't fucking scam people. Sadler is one of the cops that didn't do his job repeatedly, and obviously after going up to the DAs, he still didn't do his fucking job. Even with those little bastards' fucking names, he didn't do his job. Do you think he bothered to go get any of the fucking cameras? No. See, here's the thing. When they say, oh, well, we didn't do it because you didn't write a report. I reported to your officers. You tell me that's how I have to do it. I go to your officers and they write it down on their notepad. That's the way I'm supposed to do it, right? But then when I go in and I try to turn that shit in there to the DA's office, they're like, oh, well, we can't do anything unless the police do something. The police didn't do anything. I know the police didn't fucking do anything. I already knew they weren't fucking going to. That's the problem with having to go to police officers that have broken the law against you or any of their friends or coworkers. My predators are active. You get to see how active they really are. How actively have any of these people, how actively have they attempted to turn this shit in with me? Not at all. It needs to go to the police. But it needs to go through Adult Protective Services. Now, we could have done this while I was in housing. When I was in housing in 2017, and I had to make a choice between being in Colorado along the Front Range where there's supposed to be help, or being in Nebraska where they're going to send me to the Front Range. I had to make a choice between the two. At least in Colorado, there was a chance that if I went to these services along the Front Range, there was a possibility that they might assist me in stopping the abuse. I needed someone to explain that I am in a state of crisis. That doesn't mean that I'm a liar. That means that I can't communicate. I'm scared. When you make me go to my predators, do you have any idea how much trust I lose in you when you literally send me to my predators after hearing me explain to you that they're my predators? Only 127 of them today. That's nowhere near a record. When I was at Ventus Cossies in Denver, Colorado, just off Colfax, I got over 200 of them harassing phone calls in one video. I have to record my efforts live so that at least there's a record of the attempt. I have to state my purpose before I go in to talk to the police or make the phone call so that it is recorded what my intent is. I have to state to these people over and over again and repeatedly, hey, you have to call Adult Protective Services. You have to. And you can't make me talk to them alone, you idiots. See, that's the thing about having a friend or family. You say, oh, you need to believe them. Well, exactly. But what do you believe if you never hear them? You're so busy talking over them that instead of them being able to tell you what happened, how it affects you, how it makes you feel, that's right. Men have feelings too. If I say that I have feelings, look at how many people are fucking mean to me. Look at how many people have typed to me, oh, Sean, you're so mean. You goddamn right. I'm mean because if I'm not, I don't get heard. If I'm not mean in the way people are mean to me, you don't understand it. At least I'm not a punk-ass little bitch like Jaden. I'm fine with him smoking pot. I'm fine with these people doing these drugs. I'm not fine with them being out on the streets. I'm not fine with all of the money that's supposed to be going to help get these druggies off of the streets. See, why did we defund the police? So that we could invest that money into programs that actually help these people. That's not what's happening, is it? 128. Another restricted call. How many bodies is too many? That's my question. How many of your loved ones have to die before you're allowed to freak out? Before you are allowed to completely fucking flip your shit? It's pretty obvious that everybody who's their friends and family in their lives is threatened or if their lives were really being threatened, they'd have tried turning it in. The Bollingers, on the other hand, they had it down pat. The cops wanted to listen to them, treat them with respect. Who raped Natalie? Who molested Natalie? Who was threatening to blow his head off because his girlfriend wouldn't take him back? Who were the real predators in Natalie's life? Who she spoke up openly about the fact that they did these things? Instead of passing off harsh insinuations intended to shut the victim up and make the victim a target. I was Natalie Bollinger's target. Natalie Bollinger's victim. And all of the evidence that should have been collected wasn't collected because I had to go in alone. I already knew what to expect from police if I had to go in alone, but still I had to go in alone. I knew that if I had to go in alone without the ability to record it, that it would be their word versus mine and they would automatically win. But for the sake of human fucking lives, I hope that one of these pieces of fucking shit with a badge would find some fucking human goddamn dignity within himself to take a look at the situation Natalie and I were both fucking in. Tim Beeson harassing me and threatening my life and calling me all sorts of fucked up shit. I went to a house in Boulder, Colorado. Wrong fucking house. At one point, Tim Beeson did send me his fucking address so that I could serve him with papers. What he wanted was for me to show up because he was pretending like he was looking for a fight. He just showed up at the door with a shotgun. Even Gimpy, I'm fucking scary as shit in real life. Holy fucking hell. Why do you think people came to Starbucks to get me if there was a major issue? Because I was very fucking scary. Still am. One of my favorite things to do. One of them meth heads down there was a real big bully. I was friends with his mom. People come to me and say, hey man, this guy's giving me a lot of problems. I'd go down there and I'd speak pretty damn loudly so that everybody that was around him could hear. That's what bullying and berating is. Hey dude, I know your mom, okay? You knock your shit off or I'm calling your mom. It's pretty intimidating. When people wanna act like they're tough. It comes down to whether or not you care to step in or let it keep on happening. When people would come to me at Starbucks, it wasn't usually the person who was being abused. It was usually an observer who was afraid of going to the cops. Also, I do believe that in the state of Colorado, having a child next to you on the bed while you're watching porn is for surely a felony. One of the guys that I defended in Colorado was a homosexual named Ryan James. Turns out he's not gay. He was pretending to be gay so he'd get laid, I guess. But he laid the gay thing on thick, even long after Natalie was dead. And then one day he just flipped at me. I'm into pussy, man. I don't care. You know what I did care about? I didn't care about his sexual orientation. I cared that somebody that he told no. That's right, Kelly Engel. Ryan James told Kelly, no, I don't want to give you a BJ. So Kelly went down and told everybody that Ryan James was a cop caller. Well, Ryan James wasn't a cop caller. But he went down there and instead of being human beings about it, no, Kelly had offered those guys some money to beat up Ryan James, so that's what they did. Was it that Kelly was pissed off that Ryan James called the cops on him? No, Ryan James did not call the cops on him. You know, Kelly actually bragged to me about the situation later while I was chastising him about it. It's a big major issue when you do stuff like that. Kelly Engel is gay, obviously. Just because he's gay and just because I fight for LGBT rights doesn't mean that I fight for his right to require a BJ from Ryan James, or he's going to send people to hurt you. And Kelly Engel, of course, big ass meth dealer, selling meth to everybody in fucking Boulder. Yeah, he knew exactly who to go to. Does Ryan being an idiot and watching porn with an infant girl on the bed, sorry, toddler girl on the bed with him, does that make it okay that Kelly Engel had victimized him years earlier by having people beat him up on false pretenses? You know, Kelly bragged about that while I was chastising Kelly about it. This is after I'd been assaulted by the people that assaulted Ryan, because I went down there to talk to them like human beings. Now, one of them listened to me very well. The second one listened to me pretty decently. When the third one showed up, that's when it became a problem. That's when it became physical. And all those guys who said, all three of those guys, well, two of them, the first two, were like, yeah, I understand. I'm sorry. When the third one showed up, it turned into bullying. It turned into assaulting me. Only one of them was assaulting me. The other two were talking shit because they're little bitches. He only got one good hit on my back. I spun around in circles. I just, do. He just kept hitting my hoodie. Oof. You know what Kelly's excuse for offering people money to beat up Ryan for not giving him a BJ? It was Ryan's fault for leading him on. It's Ryan's fault that Kelly Engel hired three idiots and lied. Ryan James is lucky he only got beaten up instead of killed. And I'm lucky I only got hit a few times instead of killed for sticking up for him. But who cares, right? Fuck this goddamn country.